What's going on, you guys? This is Antoine, aka the Big Fella, bringing you another video. I was trying to make this video a video about me, getting my boat ready to start the boat build, but things didn't seem to want to happen that way. So this video is going to feature my favorite lures to use during the winter time. If you use anything different than anything I name, leave it down there in the comment section below. I'm definitely willing to try some new lures for the winter time. So sit back, stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Alright, you guys, we are back in Bass Pro Shop. Got my daughter with me, my cousin Eli back there. We came here for the restaurant, but we're doing some browsing and stuff as well. It was a 30-minute wait for the table, so we came over here to look at some stuff. Not sure if I want to get anything. I'd kind of like to get some stuff to, finish this boat build, but we'll see.
Real golden nugget.
Yeah, look good. Alright, you guys, I know in the last video y'all mentioned concern about the batteries in my smoke detector. I just changed it, so mission accomplished. Alright, you guys, after I pulled out the boat and got it parked up beside the house where I can access it easier, came back inside and started doing some stuff around the house, and the next thing you know, lost track of time and it was getting dark outside, and work has been really busy this week, so I haven't really been able to get home in time with enough daylight to do anything. So instead, I think I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what my favorite baits are to use around this time of year. I'm also cleaning up the rest of my bait casters. I showed you guys earlier in the week how I go about cleaning my bait casters. If you're interested in watching that video, just click on the top right hand corner of the screen there. That'll be a video that you can go watch if you're interested on how I clean these. But to go ahead and start, mainly the reason I like to use these particular baits during this time of year is because the fish's metabolisms are slow, so they're eating a lot less, and if they're eating, they're going after the really easy meal. So some of the things that I like to use around this time of the year, I think one of my favorite baits to use is a good old-fashioned jerk bait. Caught a couple fish on a jerk bait. I can remember one video in particular where I was fishing a jerk bait. It was cold, rainy, and I was just working this jerk bait, and I think I caught 2 fish that day off of it. So I always like to put that at the top of the list when somebody asks me what I recommend using this time of year, because it just works. I mean, it works throughout other parts of the season, throughout the year as well, but it just it's something about using it in the wintertime when nothing else is working to tie one of those on and throw it around and try to catch a fish. Now, with the fish metabolism being so slow and the bite being so slow, I usually work my jerk baits a whole lot slower. Like if I have a good suspending jerk bait, I actually let it sit in the water column for about maybe even 45 seconds. If I don't see the line move or anything, I'll just give it a couple quick jerks and just let it sit there for another 45 seconds. I think that's one of the things that I dislike the most about fishing in the wintertime, is it's so tedious, and you have to not work the bait as much to try to get the fish to go after it. But it does work. I mean, I've caught a couple fish on jerk bait, like I was saying earlier, just fishing it a whole lot slower than I do in the summertime. The gear I like to use is just a regular old bait caster, and I have braid as a main line, but I use fluorocarbon as a leader. That just helps it get to depth faster and stay down there longer. But yeah, that's my #1 bait to use during the wintertime. Now, if I can't seem to get the fish off of the bottom with the jerk bait, I'll go down there to them with a jig, mainly the Menace Baits original jig. Just dragging that thing really slow, and I mean tediously slow, almost to the point where I am reeling the, I'm going to get a reel to show you guys. I'll cast it out there, and I'll actually just take my finger, and instead of using the crank, I'll just hand roll it like this, just work it slow. Sometimes I'll even dead stick it, and just let it sit there and play on my phone or something like that. And sometimes the fish will come get it. Now, since jigs are so easy to fish, there's not really much that you can do. I mean, I wouldn't like go ripping it off the bottom. That might be a little bit too much action for them. But just slowly dragging it, like I was saying, that normally does the trick for me. And gear I like to, sorry, I'm trying to concentrate to make sure I get the oil in the proper spots. The gear I like to use for that, just straight braid, not really much vegetation on the bottom of the lakes during the wintertime. So you can use like 10, 15, 20 pound braid, whatever you have. I usually keep 20 pound on my line. Keep 20 pound on my line on all of my bait casters except the medium heavy, which I have like 50 or 60 pound, because I'm usually throwing that in lily pads or grass or something like that. But just drag that thing nice and slow. Colors, I just match the hatch. I'm partial to green pumpkin or black and blue. And I'm actually starting to get into the peanut butter and jelly jigs. There's something about those that fish seem to like as well. Something that I never ever thought I would have luck on catching a fish in the wintertime, but I've caught one fish that I can remember off of, is a ChatterBait. I thought, a ChatterBait was going to be one of those baits that would just be moving too much for a fish with slow metabolism to go after. But I can remember the one instance that I did catch a fish off of it. I was fishing out in a river out in the mountains of Virginia. It wasn't a really fast-moving river, and it was a rocky bottom. I can remember seeing this big boulder. It was completely submerged, but I can still see it from the bank. I was just working my ChatterBait around that, and happened to cast past it, and was able to reel the ChatterBait to sit on top of the rock for a little bit. Let it sit there for a little while, then I slowly drug it off to the top of that, and started working it to where the blades were just starting to vibrate, and a fish came and hit it. I really wasn't expecting it, not sure why that particular fish decided to go after the ChatterBait, but I guess that was just one of the days where the fish happened to be a little more active and was willing to chase down its food that day. But I've also talked to other fishermen, and they said that they've had success with chatterbaits and spinnerbaits and stuff. So I wouldn't completely knock using chatterbaits and spinnerbaits around this time of the year, because you never know, you might come across a couple fish that will go after them. Well, apparently I don't use too many different types of lures during the wintertime, because those are the only three that I've caught fish off of. And I guess since I catch fish off of them, that's what I usually revert back to during this time of year. But one bait that I have been wanting to give a try during this time of year, I've been seeing them come in the mystery tackle box and lucky tackle box around this time of year, and that's a spoon. I didn't think a spoon would work, but also I never thought a chatterbait or a spinnerbait would work this time of year. But spoon, you just chuck it out there and like kind of rip it off the bottom and let it flutter. I would imagine if you don't work it over a great distance so fast that fish lurking nearby might actually go after it, because like dying bait fish, easy meal. But I guess that's just the ticket to fishing in the wintertime, is just finding something slow that's going to be an easy meal that the fish is going to be willing to spend their little bit of energy on to get to be able to save energy. I guess is that kind of stuff is what you're kind of looking for to use in this time of year. Well, you guys, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. I apologize that these videos here recently haven't been so action-packed. Life has been kind of busy. We have had a couple of life-changing events. Mainly my wife, she got a promotion to an assistant manager. So she's been having to work a lot, and I've been having to do some, more stuff around the house that she would normally do to, pick up the slack around here, and, picking the kids up from daycare. And by the time I get home, the sun has gone down, so I can't really do a lot outside. So So that's why a lot of my videos have been indoors here recently. Also, you know, the boat's not finished. I don't have a trolling motor for that. And then a lot of the lakes and ponds around here are frozen because of the temperature's been hanging around freezing here lately. Sorry, I'm trying to get all this string together so I can get it in the trash. But, you know, the kayak, I have that, but I don't want to try to get my feet wet and end up with frostbite trying to put that in the water. So, yeah, I know it's kind of slow this time of year, so I do apologize for the way the videos have been lately. But they should be picking back up here shortly. I'm going to try to do some catfishing and stuff like that. Also, next Friday, February 1st, we're going to be having a tattoo party here. I think I'm going to go ahead and get my get me a tattoo dedicated to the YouTube channel. It's going to be pretty cool. I got a design in mind. I'll show it to you guys once I have the tattoo on me. So look forward to that. But I think that's going to do it for now. So I want to thank you guys very much for watching this episode of Big Fella Outdoors. Be sure to tune into the next episode where you can catch me outside doing what I love most, getting my dose of the great outdoors. Be sure to get y'all's too.